All right. So I wanted to mention, I talk very frequently about three aspects of training that drastically affect the quality of training. So in order, these are number one, your teacher, or whatever the source of your training is, the mentor, the instructor, the teacher, the book, the television program. So a lot of times I always mention to people that every book you read has the possibility of drastically changing your personality. Because if you're just, anytime you're reading and engaged in a story, it has a very deep hypnotic effect. That's why television is absolutely hypnotic, because not only are you being drawn into a story, but it's also very visual and all the work is being done for you. So you're just drawn straight into it. And if you don't have some critical faculty in play that's gauging whether it really agrees with all of this stuff that it's being taught or that it's being told, then it's unconsciously being agreed with all the time. The unconscious part of us, which is called second position in NLP, or it's called Tony Robbins calls it the impartial spectator. It doesn't have filters like this. It absolutely agrees on everything it's told. So if the critical faculty is up and running, we at least have the ability to go, yes, I agree with that. No, I don't. And then we're at least consciously participating in what's getting agreed with and filtered into our brains. Maybe. So the teacher is very important, that the quality is high, that they know how to instruct, that they've got a good message, and that so their intent is very divine or very pure, and they care about your learning. Those are great qualities in a teacher. If the intent is bad, like they just want money and they're just trying to make a sale, then your critical faculty's got to be on overtime and working super hard, because they can just sell you all sorts of things. And then what you're learning isn't maybe as valuable information as what it could be. So you can even agree or disagree with what I'm saying, but if you're disagreeing with what I'm saying, you're kind of proving me correct. So the teacher is super important. And the second thing that's really important is the people around you that are learning the same thing. Because if it's going to be a valuable skill, like my background is always the martial arts. So if, here he goes, wait for it. Come on. Come on. No, he's going to wait for me to start talking. So if, there it was. So if the material being taught is worth learning and it's worth developing skill in, then the colleagues that are learning the material with you are really important. That's why in college, it's great to have study groups that actually get together and study and are organized and have the material down, and everybody helps each other grow. So in a lot of ways, one of the limiting factors of learning or developing skill and growing is the people you surround yourself with. Are they helping you and reinforcing that growth and that learning, or are they holding you back? So that's another thing the critical faculty should be very much in interest on and working hard to discern, because if the critical faculty is not thinking of that kind of thing, then we just surround ourselves with what's ever fun and whatever we enjoy, because often learning isn't super fun. It's not as fun as maybe going and playing pool at the bar or watching television over at somebody's house or playing board games even. So the people you surround yourself with is very important. The third factor, and maybe the most important one, arguably, probably, is yourself and how much determination and drive and passion that you engage in when you're striving to learn and working to grow better, and just how much attention you put to it. And if you've refined your ability to learn to a really healthy, efficient system, and you know yourself really well, those are other subjects for other days, but those are the three main things I always talk about. In martial arts, in that setting, if you've got a poor teacher, your potential is only going to be as much as you can understand, as much as the people around you can push you, and what you can maybe develop beyond the limitations that your teacher had. If you've got a great teacher and they're feeding you all the information in the world, then that's great. The next thing is your colleagues. If they're assholes and they're holding you back and they're beating you up and you're getting injured all the time and you're suffering your training, then you're not going to learn great. If they're pushing you and they're healthy and they're just pushing you right to the edge and getting that envelope bigger and bigger every time, your limitations are kind of expanding into less and less limitations, then that's the place to train. And then thirdly, if you sit and you theorize and you read about things and you don't actually do the exercises and you don't actually make it realistic and do the work, then you're the limiting factor. So those are three awesome things to look at whenever you're developing a new skill, learning, or maybe even just sitting and watching Netflix. So it's all about just enjoying and making everything better and happier, and how we can grow and hold each other up more. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Watch out for those cats. What are they doing up there? Hey! Hi. All right, we'll see you later.